You can't go wrong with a pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving. It's less stressful to make and arguably lighter and healthier than other holiday desserts, and it boasts that autumnal orange hue that all the white girls rage about. So today, I'll walk you through how to make my pumpkin pie from scratch with the addition of some highly dramatic bloopers. No, just let me do it. It's fine. It's fine. Please don't do this.
Well, but Josh, she doesn't want you to ruin it. I think that's what you're supposed to do.
First, using a whisk, combine all the dry ingredients for the crust, 2.5 cups or 300 grams of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon each of salt and granulated sugar. Give that a quick whisk and transfer it over to a food processor. Once you have all the flour in the food processor, add about a stick of frozen butter cut into cubes and pulse until the butter has been completely cut into the flour.
Hey, stop that.
Then add about 6 to 8 tablespoons of water and keep pulsing until you have a tacky dough, sort of like in my apple pie video. Remove from the food processor and form the dough into 2 discs of roughly equal size using your palms and wrap tightly in cling wrap and refrigerate for at least 45 minutes. You will only use one of these discs for the pie we're making today. Save the other one for the another day, or make 2. Now we move on to carving the pumpkin. We will be using 2 pie pumpkins for this recipe. Cutting through pumpkin is a bit difficult, but start by removing the stem with a chef's knife, turning the pumpkin as you go. Do the same with the base of the pumpkin, and then cut through the top of the pumpkin all the way down the middle. Quarter it and remove the seeds using a spoon and the stringy flesh using a paring knife or other straight edge knife, and repeat with the other pumpkin.
Why don't you dig it out with a spoon? We have some kind of scoop thing somewhere.
I'm not gonna get into that right now.
Well, I'm not saying you should. I just thought we had one of those somewhere.
Place on a baking sheet and roast at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 Celsius for about 45 minutes. Moving on to forming the actual pie crust. Lightly flour one of the dough discs on both sides and press the disc out with a rolling pin dusted with flour until it's about 1/8 of an inch thick and it has a large enough circumference to drape over a 9-inch pie plate. Roll the dough up together on a rolling pin and drape it over the pie plate like I just said 2 seconds ago and trim off the excess crust. Crimp the edges of the crust with your fingers against the pie plate and form those cute little ridgy things by pressing your thumb in between your other thumb and index finger. Then refrigerate your ready-to-use crust for another half hour while we make the filling for the pumpkin pie. After letting the pumpkins cool off, peel the skins off. They should come off really easily by using your hands. Cut them into smaller chunks so they can go into the food processor.
What we're going to do, and then you're going to tell me what you think I said. You know? And
Mom.
if you want me to, I said it.
Alright, let's continue to making the actual filling. In a large food processor, combine your roast pumpkin with 2 cups or 1 pint of reduced fat or whole milk, a half cup or 60 grams each of light brown sugar and granulated sugar, a tablespoon of ground cinnamon, a teaspoon of fresh ginger, a half teaspoon of ground cardamom, a half cup or 120 milliliters of maple syrup, 3 eggs and 1 egg yolk, and a couple drops of vanilla extract. Pulse all that together for just about 30 seconds, all the ingredients here pretty soft guys, and then crack on to a blind baking the crust. Crumple up a piece of parchment paper so that it will lie flat and place it in the uncooked pie crust. Fill the plate with dried beans. I use light red kidney beans, but that's really unimportant right now, and bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. Afterwards, fill the blind baked crust with your pumpkin filling and then smooth out any bumps or ridges with a folding spatula and brush the edges of the crust with an egg milk mixture. Sprinkle with a salt-sugar combination and bake at 400 for 15 minutes and then turn it down to 350 or 180 Celsius and cover the crust with foil and bake for another 45 minutes. Now make your homemade chantilly. Yep, that's how it's pronounced. In a stand mixer with a whisk attachment, combine 2 cups or 1 pint of heavy whipping cream with a cup or 120 grams of granulated sugar, a couple drops of vanilla extract, and a few sprinkles of my favorite ground cardamom. Whisk on medium speed, I think I did 4, for about 5 minutes or so until you have a fluffy, porous whipped cream. And there you have it. Poke the pie filling with a toothpick to make sure it's cooked all the way through. By the way, that was not my first slice. That was just a horrible first cut for my pie. No, just let me do it. It's fine. It's fine.
I think you're supposed to let it cool before you do it.
Please don't do this.
Well, but Josh, she doesn't want you to ruin it. I think that's what you're supposed to do. She does have some experience with this.
No, I don't. I don't have any.
That's more like it. Like, comment, subscribe, and please give my other videos a looky-loo so I can move out of my house now. Please. Happy Thanksgiving.